Now joined with Corey Nordstrom here on the Sports Desk. And Corey, COVID-19, it just continues to make everyone have to make adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, there's been adjustments in pretty much every sector that we've seen. A really big adjustment in the sports sector. We'll have more on the local impact after the break.
All right, back here now with Corey. And Corey, just the effects of COVID-19 just continue to be felt across the board.
Yeah, it's honestly affecting every sector and especially the sports world. The Thunder Bay Minor Hockey Association usually hands out their team and player season awards at their annual banquets. But because of the COVID-19 outbreak, that wasn't possible this season. So the association had to get creative in order to recognize all the success on and off the ice this season.
In a less traditional celebration, outstanding achievement will be recognized. Welcome to the 2020 Thunder Bay Minor Hockey Association online banquet.
They hosted an online banquet via Facebook Live, announcing 7 awards in all 4 divisions, Bantam A and AA, and Midget A and AA. The awards included Rookie of the Year, Defenseman of the Year, which was won by Colin Wiseman in the Midget AA division, and of course, MVP.
MVP in the Bantam A division from the Nipigon Elks, Cooper Cox. MVP in the Bantam AA division from the Westport Maroons, John Bocage. MVP in the Midget A division from the Westport Maroons, Carter Hargreaves. MVP in the Midget AA division from the Fort William Hurricanes, Mason Hashey.
Moving to the NFL, the league generating the most news as of late. It's been one of the more exciting off seasons in football, headlined by Tom Brady moving on from the New England Patriots, changing the landscape of the league and the AFC. But for one division in the AFC, there hasn't been a real Super Bowl contender since Brady's longtime rival Peyton Manning was in it, the AFC South. Here's how those teams have tried to change that this offseason.
The AFC South has seen plenty of movement during the offseason. The Texans kick things off with a shocking trade of their all-pro receiver DeAndre Hopkins to the Arizona Cardinals, which leaves Deshaun Watson without his number 1 weapon. In return, the Texans receive a declining running back in David Johnson and a second-round pick, which has many questioning Bill O'Brien's ability to handle the dual role as coach and GM. Despite adding Randall Cobb in free agency, adding a top-flight receiver seems to be the most likely draft target for the Texans with their first pick of the draft. Coming off a surprising postseason run, the Titans had plenty of decisions to make heading into free agency. The club did not get into the Tom Brady sweepstakes and signed Ryan Tannehill to a massive contract extension, putting their faith in the quarterback that led the league in passer rating last season. Locking up Tannehill allowed the Titans to franchise tag bell cow running back Derrick Henry as they continue to try and lock him up long term. Shoring up the offensive line with their first-round pick makes the most sense for Tennessee, especially after losing a former All-Pro in free agency. Indianapolis jumped into the free agent quarterback market, signing Phillip Rivers for 1 year. The former Charger has had plenty of success against the Colts' AFC South rivals, having won 74% of games against those clubs. The defense got a huge boost with the acquisition of DeForest Buckner, although it did come at a significant price, having to give up their first-round pick in this year's draft. The Colts do own a pair of second-round picks. Look for them to target the wide receiver position, needing someone to play alongside T.Y. Hilton, who has 552 career receptions, while the rest of the receiving corps has 114 combined. The rebuild is on in Jacksonville. Last year's big offseason signing, Nick Foles, was shipped to Chicago. Calais Campbell, Marcel Darius, and A.J. Boye were also sent packing as the team stockpiles draft picks for the future. Despite big-name quarterbacks being available in free agency, the Jags appear to be sticking with Gardner Minshew as their signal caller. Jacksonville owns plenty of draft capital going into the draft, with 12 picks including 2 in the first round. Look for them to address both the defensive and offensive lines.
Yesterday, the baseball world celebrated one of its founding fathers. Cy Young, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, was born on that day 153 years ago. To celebrate the man who is known for his prowess on the mound, we take a look at some of Major League Baseball's best ever who took home the award for top pitcher, named after Young.
In honor of Cy Young's birthday, let's go by the numbers for the award in his name. Roger Clemens is among 21 pitchers who have won the Cy Young Award on multiple occasions. He currently holds the record for the most wins with 7, including 2 unanimous victories. The Rocket is also the oldest pitcher to win at 42 years of age. That means his first and last victories came 18 years apart. 2 Canadians have won the award, Ferguson Jenkins and Eric Gagne. The first Canadian to enter the National Baseball Hall of Fame, Jenkins is the first Cubs player and first Canadian to win the Cy Young, while Gagne is the only closer to win the award since 1992. The prestigious award has come north of the border 5 times. Pedro Martinez was the only Montreal Expo to win it back in 1997, while the Toronto Blue Jays won the award 3 consecutive seasons from 1996 to 1998, thanks to Pat Henkin and Roger Clemens, with Roy Halladay also winning in 2003. Now, Halladay is also one of just 6 pitchers to win the Cy Young in both the American and National Leagues, joining Martinez, Clemens, Gaylord Perry, Randy Johnson, and Max Scherzer. And Perry and his brother Jim are the only set of brothers in Major League history to have won the award. The duo did it a combined 3 times while appearing in 8 All-Star games and leading the league in wins 5 times.
Well, Troy, obviously COVID-19 is having a huge effect on the sports world, but for one player on Boston, the Celtics, he's all good to go.
Yeah, it's been, a little bit of a silver lining that a lot of these high-profile players, the Rudy Goberts, the Donovan Mitchells, they've recovered well. So, that is a good sign. And now Marcus Smart as well. But it's got a long way to go before we might see them back on the court. We got your weather coming up right after the break.
Well, Troy, we had kind of a hot and cold, I guess so to say, weekend when it comes to weather. Good day on Saturday, lots of sun. Sunday, not so much. What do we have for the rest of the week?
Yeah, I think we could be more in that Saturday category with a little bit of sun, so that's going to be some good news, but we'll get to that in just a bit. First up, we're going to go across the country over to Van City there on the west coast. And surprise, surprise, rain coming down in Vancouver. Mainly cloudy, showers late in the morning and continuing into the afternoon there in Vancouver. Night stay in Saskatoon there, a little bit of sun and cloud with the high of 5. Continuing across the country we go. Look at those temps in Regina, 16 degrees, not too shabby. And then quite the opposite there in Churchill with some flurries at -14. Showers in Toronto, they got a high of +8. Continuing across the country we go. Looking down, quite a few flurries across the board there. A little bit of the wet stuff. St. John's, they have some freezing drizzle possible coming on the way as well with a high of 1. Now into the region we go over in Dryden. There, a mix of sun and cloud. Wind chill around -8 in the morning, and then the temps are going to be picking up. Greenstone there, high of +2. Wind chill around -13 in the morning, so another good bump there throughout the day. And in Sault Ste. Marie, those kind of mix of showers and flurries are going to be ending around noon, and then they got a high of +4. And in the region this evening, Kenora area is going to be nice and clear with a low of -7. Armstrong, getting a little colder there, low of -13, wind chill around -16. That's, wind chill around -16. And then looking over there at Marathon, wind chill -10 into the morning. Thunder Bay, looking not too shabby. A little bit of clouds and a nice high of 8 there. So that's something to, celebrate in these times when there's not a lot to celebrate. And tonight, going to get a little chillier, low of -9. Wind chill is going to have things feeling around -11 overnight. So just be warned, it's going to get a little chilly this evening if you are out and about. And looking ahead to the old extended forecast to the week that is on the way. And like I mentioned to Corey, not bad. Got some sun through the first 4 days there. As I mentioned today, around 7 or 8 is the high. And then throughout the week, nice high of 6 there on Thursday with some sun and some clouds. And a little bit of, rain and drizzle Friday evening. But for the most part, this week, going to have some decent weather. So, if you are able to get out and about, you have that opportunity. Just make sure you keep that social distance. And Corey, there's been a little bit of rumor, maybe some Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson one-on-one tournament. Just get that sports fix, right?
Exactly. That would be amazing right now when there's not a whole lot of sports. And I mean, right now, it's winter, there's snow outside. It doesn't seem like golf weather, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think golf is the one sport they could probably do it pretty COVID aware and just kind of send 2 guys out there and just let us sit at our homes, and enjoy some good golf. Anyways, that's all the time we have for you. Enjoy your Monday and hope you have a great week.